3 days from my birthday and parent-teacher conferences. It is 2 days until my birthday. My birthday is tomorrow. It is my birthday and it is my last year in my 20s. Good morning, YouTube. It is Monday. It is November 4th. I cannot believe it is November already, and we are 3 days from my birthday and parent-teacher conferences. Not as excited for that part, but that's okay. It's part of being a teacher. So today we are starting our unit on multiplication. Now, technically my students only have to know standard algorithm. That's what they are assessed on, and that's what they are. They're going to be assessed on all of them. However, our report card standard only covers standard algorithms. So we're going to kind of blow through other strategies for it. They're already pretty aware because they've been doing it in Dreambox. So hopefully they should go quickly. And then, yeah, we're going to do Lattice Method today, or is it array? I guess it will technically area. I don't know if we're doing area or lattice. I need to double check today. That ought to be fun. Today, first things first, we are choosing to not focus on the fact that it looks like I stuck my finger in an outlet. I did not do my hair when I left this morning. I literally went to bed with it wet last night and woke up and just walked out the door. So probably by the end of the day, it will be up. But anyway, today I am clicker tracking my students. What does that mean? That means that there is a behavior that is measurable that I will be tracking today. I actually purchased this last year. This is like a lap counter. You just push the button. If you push the button, the number changes, and then you can just, you got to get it back to that 890. So the reason I even have this is because last year I had a student that didn't realize they had bossed other kids around as much as they did. So I keep this in my hand and I just click it as needed. Today I am using it for 2 reasons. I have a student that just calls out incessantly, doesn't even realize that they do it. And I also am doing it for a grad school project, which also happens to go hand in hand with the reason that I'm doing it in the first place. So thankfully, the grad school project lined up with this and I only have to do it for 1 day. Tomorrow I am starting blurt beans, but I don't think my kids, the reason I'm doing this is because I don't think my students realize that I constantly am talking over them or that they're calling out over me talking. So I just want them to have a visual idea of how many times a day I am required to talk over them. So I did tell them we were starting blurt beans today, but unfortunately it's gonna have to wait until tomorrow. That's just the way of the world. Sometimes life isn't fair. They're really excited about it. I don't think they will be excited about it once they realize how frequently they actually do it. But I will explain the whole blurt beans thing in the way that I'm doing it tomorrow. I don't know if it's the way that it's supposed to be done, but it's the way that I'm doing it tomorrow. That is all that is happening today in 5th grade. And I can't get these papers to separate. So yeah, I'm gonna go work on that stuff and get my food in the fridge, and I will talk to you guys later today, I guess. Me again. So I just really quickly wanted to show you how I'm teaching their math lesson today, because I want them to have something to practice, but like I don't want them erasing off of their paper constantly, and then the paper is gonna get worn, it's gonna get ripped, it's gonna get lost. So I'm gonna quickly turn you around and show you what I am doing to help them with their math. So I made them a packet of the templates that they need. So this has area model for 3-digit times 2-digit, area model for 4 times 2, area model for 3 times 3, and then this one is lattice for 3 times 2 and lattice for 3 times 3. And what I'm going to have them do is I'm going to give them each a dry erase pocket. So they're going to have to slip it in there, and they won't be rotating through because we're going to do 3-digit times 2-digit the first day. So they'll only be working with this box here. But they're just going to slide it in here. I'm going to give them a marker each, an eraser each, and that is how it's going to be. So hopefully this goes as well as I think it will, but I just like the idea that they are going to have their packet with all of their templates. They can erase and do as needed, and then that way eventually I will have them do this on notebook paper. But just to kind of get them started, there's no room for error when it comes to setting it up, as far as like the box itself, but they do have to put the right number. So we're going to review expanded form and all of that. But I am hoping that this goes well. We will see. I will keep you posted, but I think the kids will really enjoy this. They love using these. So it's just a little extra level of engagement. And then for them to keep in their notebooks, I put together this template. I'm sorry, not template, but I put together this little packet that shows them how to do the area model, how to do the lattice method, and then how to do a standard algorithm. So they will pop this right into their binder. It's already stapled. They can take it apart. It's already hole punched, so we don't have to waste time. They can just throw it right in there. I am so thankful that we have a copier that staples and hole punches for us. So my lap counter today actually went pretty well. So we're at 47 for the day. They were at 29 just alone for math. Math is definitely our toughest time of the day because we do have so many class discussions. But in an hour and 15 minutes this morning for math, they were at 29. So I did this today and I explained to them that I did this not to embarrass them, but just to show them that this is a huge concern. It's a huge issue and it's interrupting not only their learning, but their friends' learning, and it's interrupting my teaching, and it's not fair to anybody. So hopefully this kind of makes them realize how serious of an issue this is. Good morning, you guys. It is 7:10 and I have been at school for like 45 minutes. It's early even for me. So typically I do get here around 6:50. However, this morning I had a parent-teacher conference at 6:50 because the students, both of his parents work in the district, so it's the only time that they have to meet. But the conference went really well. So my student came with them and I felt so bad because he started crying in the middle of the conference. Like, I think he thought I was going to say terrible things. But honestly, like, he's doing so well academically and socially and behaviorally that it was just like, I have nothing but like amazing things to say. So I think he just almost was relieved, but he's just one of those kids that's always hard on himself, and he has no reason to be because he really is wonderful inside and out. So it went really, really well. His parents are rock stars. I absolutely love his parents. They just make everything so simple and easy, and they're just great. So it is November 5th. It is 2 days until my birthday, and I will be entering my last year in my 20s, and I am not excited at all, but that's okay. So today we are continuing our work with multiplication using the area model method, or the box method as I call it. The kids loved it yesterday. Oh my gosh, we did it for an hour and 15 minutes and they were begging me to give them more problems. So today we are going to continue that, and then they're going to have an independent practice paper to do for it. But I think I'm going to set up small groups for today because I know I have a task card. I can't laminate. I hate doing task cards, not having them laminated, because my kids are brutal with them, and I think my laminating sheets are at home. Poop. I bought some, but I left them home because I had to use them for a grad school assignment. All right, well, I'll figure something. Oh, my earring almost fell off. That would not have been good. So I will have to figure that out. I really do. I have a task card that I know goes with this. It's multiplication with the area model, and they have to find the error. So, maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I think I'll save that for tomorrow. I'll take them home. I'll print them off today. Actually, I can't even print them off here because I can't print landscape. All right, everything is just telling me not to do those today. For some reason, everyone else at school can print landscape except for me, and our tech integrator can't even figure out why. Like, if I go to print landscape, it will print the landscape image like right here at like 1/3 of the size, and we can't figure out why. And I would have to save it as a JPEG, which not all PDFs you can do that with because they're kind of like protected. And if I do that with something like from PowerPoint or something, it's really grainy. So I try to print all of those things at home. Thank God for instant ink from HP. So I'm gonna print off their daily practice sheet and then figure out what we're gonna do today. Maybe we'll start, if they understand it, maybe we'll start moving into the lattice method. Maybe, I don't know. But I will figure that out. I also need to sit here. I do these fall conference forms. So I put just some notes for math, reading, social studies science, I think. Yeah, social studies science. And then just behaviors, peer interactions. And then down here, I put all of their test scores. So just if they have a grade for ELA or math, or if there's any concerns, social studies, science. And then we do fast bridge testing, so I put their math cap score here and their CBM reading score here, and then their NUIA, I put their math score here and here. I just put the percentiles, and then at the top, like, I always put the time of the conference, and then when the day of the conference, I put these in order and I highlight the time. That way I can just grab it from the pile and give it to the parents. I don't have to search through anything. That just seems to kind of work for me. It's the way I've done it for, oh God, these are my 4th conferences. This is my 4th year of conferences, because I ran conferences when I student taught. So I did student teaching, I had conferences in Alaska, and then this is my 2nd year here. So this is my 4th parent teacher conferences. So I've kind of just found that system that works for me. And then on my door, I always put this. It just says parent teacher conference in progress. I will be with you shortly. Thank you for your patience. So I always tape this to the door. That way when the door is closed, they're not knocking. And if I don't have anyone in here, or if a conference finishes, I prop the door open, and I always have 2 chairs out there. That way if anyone is here a little bit early, they are welcome to sit and wait. I am going to go run those things off. I'm gonna work on our fall conference reports, and I will talk to you guys later.
7 days. So this is recent lesson play activity. And notice that the students are grouped by the lessons that they have chosen.
Good morning, YouTube. It is Wednesday, November 6th. My birthday is tomorrow, and I'm so excited. Actually, I'm not that excited because it's my last year in my 20s that I'm like heading into, which is slightly depressing, but that's okay. So yesterday I was here until 4:15 because we had a virtual professional development on our math app, Dreambox. So if you're not familiar with it, it really just teaches like critical thinking, and the way that their like automatic like engine works is that math isn't linear. Like, it's a very complex like system that they use, but it's so awesome because my kids absolutely love it. And I forgot to grab a fork, so hold on one second. We had that workshop yesterday, and it was a Zoom call with a trainer, so we got to do it in our own rooms, and I chose to do it in my own room because teachers yell at students all the time for talking when we're talking, yet teachers talk all the time while a presenter is talking, and it's just like, some people actually really want to be here and learn, so I decided just to do it in my room. That way I could focus. And it was just, I sat here, I took some notes, and I really got a lot out of it. And I'm so glad that I did it on my own because I could hear them talking like next door. And I know they were bouncing ideas off each other, but I just really wanted to focus in on my students and just take what I needed from it. So I left feeling super motivated and really excited, but also a lot more knowledgeable on how to use the program from like the teacher standpoint. So super, super excited about that. On the way into work this morning, I stopped and purchased this giant, grab it, I can't grab it. It's slippery. If you've ever seen Pretty Woman when she goes, slippery little sucker, that's what I was thinking. So I bought this giant 32 cup storage dispenser. Like, think of like cereals. It's literally like 2 of my heads, maybe 1.5. But anyway, I bought this because my kids, we started Blurt Beans yesterday, and I was using gumballs, and I just wasn't really thrilled with the way that it was going. So I purchased an 8-pound bag of pinto beans because I'm gonna give each kid 3 to start the day. Actually, maybe I'll do 5 for the week, and then we'll switch to 3. So yeah, and I think what I'm gonna have them do is, if they end the day with any Blurt Beans, they're going to go into this container here, and I will have like check marks of what prize we're earning. So I think the first one might be like a no shoe day, the next one might be pajama day, and then I'm thinking maybe like a pizza party and a movie day, but we'll see. I'm gonna talk it over with them and see what they're thinking and what they're feeling, because I do want their input. I want them to take some ownership in this, and I want them to be excited about it. And I figured it was something this large, it gives me time to like really reinforce that skill of not calling out or talking over me, because I have a couple that are really struggling with that this year. So there is that. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna eat my breakfast, get ready for the day. I have to finish going over my conference reports, which I will go over that with you in a minute, as to what I do and how I prepare for conferences, which I think I covered it yesterday, but just in case I will go over it one more time, and then I will catch up with you guys later. I just got up on our class website, the survey. So if my kids go to assignments and then down to class surveys, they will see this. It says Blurt Bean rewards, choose 4. So it says choose 4 rewards choose 4 possible rewards for our Blurt Bean intervals. As we reach our 4 Blurt Bean goals, what should our rewards be? And their options right now are crazy sock party, movie day, pajama day, board game day, lunch bunch, Facebook post dedicated to our class, minute to win it games, paint project, or other. But I think I'm just going to choose the top 4, and then we will go from there. So after they do this, I will receive a, when I log back into Google Forms, I will see all of the data tallied for me. Good afternoon, end of the day update. We've had a great day here in 5th grade. I started my Blurt Beans today. So I put all of them in here. Well, not all of them. I have an 8-pound bag, but I did fill this container. This is a planter from IKEA. And then I will show you how we decided on what our reward will be. My kids are so excited, and there were clear as day winners. So I think it's safe to say that I picked some good options. I can't remember if I walked you through that Google form already, but I will walk you through that. No, I did walk you through it. So the winners were, first one is sock party, second is pajama day, third is a movie day, and then fourth is minute to win it games. They were the clear as day winners. I didn't have 3 kids vote because they were at band, but I tried to explain to them that even if they had voted and they voted for completely different ones, they were still clear winners. I have 18 students and one had 14 votes, one had 13, and one had 15. So there was no swaying those results. I have had a very productive day. So when my kids were at lunch and recess, I ate in my classroom. I do get 50 minutes with no, okay. So my district, I am so thankful. We are blessed. We have no duties. So in the morning we get duty-free prep in the morning. We get 40-minute specials duty-free, and we get lunch and recess for 50 minutes duty-free. So I get a lot of time to get work done, which is why I get a lot of questions about how I don't take homework, and it's because I utilize my 40 minutes in the morning, which normally is about an hour and 10 minutes because I do get here a little bit earlier, my 50-minute lunch, and my 40-minute specials. So today I got a lot done, and I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to show you what I got done. So I finished all of their conference reports. So I just fill in strengths and weaknesses for math, reading, science, social studies, behaviors, peer interactions, and then all of their test scores down here. So I do what they have or what they've mostly received. If they're kind of on the border, like if they've received mostly 3s and 2s, I will put that there. And those kinds of things. If I'm seeing like a downward trend, I will put that. And then I just put their percentiles for our FastBridge Math Cap, our CBM reading, and then NUIA for math and reading. And then every fall, it's the Monday before Thanksgiving, our school does something called Harvest Fest, where each class makes a different soup or a chowder or a chili and a different bread. And then we serve them to the family for dinner. It is a huge event, and it is so much fun. So when parent-teacher conferences come, these are the ingredients that we need. I send home a highlighted one. So you will see on this example, I highlighted what I need them to bring in. So I went through and did that. I also created a list of who I signed to what, that way I can keep track. And I put everything for our biscuits, for our chowder. I put the date and all of that information that we need. So I'm really excited about this because I feel like everything is done. This is the only one I have to do, but I can do this tomorrow during conferences. This is an alternate time, so the paper for that one can wait. But I just feel like it's an incredibly productive day. This is the container for our Blurt Beans. I do feel like I definitely could have went with the smaller one, but the smaller one was so significantly smaller. But I just marked on here sock party, pajama day, movie, and minute to win it. And because if you go over, this isn't permanent marker, but if you go over this with a dry erase marker, it gets rid of it. So I can always make them smaller increments if I need to, or I can always change the reward. So if we do this again, let's say we get to minute to win it and we decide that we want to do for another one, I can always just dry erase over it, erase the marker, and then it's just completely free. Because I had done larger increments and I already erased it and you can't even tell. So just word of warning, if you ever need to get permanent marker off something like a desk or anything like that, or off lamination, something definitely shiny, if you go over it with dry erase marker, it will remove the permanent marker. Another thing I quickly wanted to share with you is their life skills homework for this week. My kids are legit obsessed with this. Like, I forgot to send it home on Monday. We do it every other week. So it's a 2-week assignment, and then it's a week off, and then a 2-week assignment, and then a week off. So the first one was emergency contact information. So they had to know the name and phone number of an emergency contact. The second one this school year was holding the door for others. And this week is perfecting the art of a handshake. So I just put into 4 very simple steps that a kid can understand. So initiation, is to stand and look the person in the eye. Greetings. And then number 4 is short but firm, not hand crushing. And then it just says your homework for the next 2 weeks is to regularly practice shaking hands. Try doing this with your family members and be on the lookout for opportunities with strangers in the real world. We will be practicing this in class 2. And then after they hand this in, I usually wait 2 or 3 days just to kind of see. So typically Monday mornings, because these are usually due on Friday, Monday or Tuesday, I will call over each kid and they'll either read me the phone number or practice the handshake, whatever the homework is for that time, we will practice it. So it just says, wow, what a handshake, or your handshake needs some work, but we're getting there. And then I sign, or I check mark it and I send it home. So like I said, my kids are obsessed with these assignments. They absolutely love it. And honestly, they're learning such crucial skills that they would otherwise not know at all. All right, it is 3:15. I'm gonna get some things hung up out on the bulletin board out in the hallway, and then I'm out of here. I was actually gonna stay a little bit late today, but because I've had such a productive day, I got everything done after school that I wanted to get, or I got everything done during my prep that I planned to get done after school. And then my boyfriend called me during dismissal, trying to figure out what we're doing for my birthday tomorrow, because typically I spend my birthday with him, obviously. My family doesn't live anywhere near here. Why is there like a hollow spot? My family doesn't live anywhere near here, so naturally I just used to spend my birthdays alone, which I'm fine with. But he wanted to spend it with me, obviously. So we were gonna celebrate Friday, but it's looking like I may be going out with the girls on Friday. Another teacher friend of mine, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I had tagged her in a story. I think it was on Saturday or Sunday, but her birthday was this weekend. So because we pretty much live right in the same area, we're gonna go out and celebrate together because teachers stay together. But that means that I won't see him Friday and I won't see him tomorrow because we have parent-teacher conferences until really, really late. So because of that, we decided that we are just gonna hang out tonight. We are gonna do takeout, which I told him that's all I've ever wanted for a birthday, was just, I want takeout and I want to sit on a couch and watch movies. Like, that is literally it. And I wasn't really looking forward to going to the gym tonight anyway. I'm just tired. So we're just gonna stay in, we're gonna watch some movies and have some takeout, and we're deciding between Chinese, and I'm kind of leaning towards like Applebee's 2 for $20 takeout, because we don't ever go to Applebee's and it's the only like sit down chain restaurant that we have in the area. So I'm kind of leaning towards that. Plus it's an appetizer and a meal for 20 bucks. So hello, good morning YouTube. It is my birthday and it is my last year in my 20s. I am trying not to cry today, but it's okay. So last night, boyfriend and I went to Applebee's, and then we just went home and watched some Hallmark Christmas movies, which says a lot for him because he hates Christmas, and he's with someone who loves Christmas more than anything in the world. And yeah, so it was a good night. An even better morning. I FaceTimed with my 4 nephews and my sister, my brother-in-law on my way to work this morning.
3. Happy birthday to you.
You're old as a shoe.
Happy birthday to you.
Nobody know what to do.
Happy birthday, dear Nana. Happy birthday to you. All right, everyone say, I love you, Nana.
Love you, Nana. It's your birthday.
So that was fun. My parents have texted me, and it's gonna be a good day today, despite the fact that I am here until 7 for parent-teacher conferences. I'm just choosing to focus on the fact that I get to see my students' families, and despite the really annoying fact that I am here super late, all will be well. I'm going to attempt to tape this. I haven't had a picture of my boyfriend behind my desk since I taught in Alaska, so We took a picture this weekend that I actually really like, so I'm trying to get it into a frame. The only issue is it's like it's not the greatest frame. I have to like cut the picture down to size and I'm now taping it in there, but that's okay. So, ooh, that moved. So now there's a picture of us. I just won't tell my kids that we were at a bar, but that's okay. Today I need to get, my boyfriend bought me some really pretty flowers, so I need to get these into water because they weren't in water last night because I brought them in today. But last night at Applebee's I did have a margarita because YOLO, as much as I hate that saying. But no, I don't typically drink when I go to restaurants, but I do like Applebee's margarita, so I did have one. The only problem with that is it really fills me up. That coupled with having like a heavy fried mozzarella sticks, I think I had 4, we split them, and not exaggerating, I took 2 bites of my quesadilla burger and brought the rest home. So that is what I have for lunch or dinner tonight. And then I have my regular lunch or dinner, which is ground turkey with pico de gallo, cheese, and sour cream. And then I have my breakfast and my rice patty. So I should be good to go on food today. I do have cheese slices in the fridge in case I get snacky at some point, but I did purchase a coffee this morning on my way to work. I haven't gotten one of these since like the 2nd week of school because they really just don't agree with me. Like I just don't feel well after I have these, but it's my birthday, so I decided to try it. So I always get an iced medium dark roast because I love dark roast coffee, and then I get 3 cream and 4 mocha swirl. I would love to do 3 mocha swirl, but sometimes it's just they don't do 3 pumps, and I say 4 just to come. Oh my god, it's so good. I say 4 just to cover my butt. But I'm really hoping I don't get sick from that. We'll see. I may not feel well later, but that's okay. I will deal with that if it happens. I'm going to go get some things up on the bulletin board out in the hallway. I pulled down their funky pumpkins that we did for Halloween, and I think I'm going to put up their idioms posters that they made. So I'm going to go get those up, check Dojo, check my email, all of those good things, get these flowers into some water, and get my food in the fridge, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. All right. Finally got my back counter cleaned off. I got my flowers into some water. My aloe plant is finally green again. The very ends are still brown. It's not going to focus, but let's see. There it goes. The very ends are still brown and they're pretty brittle, but overall it has greened right back up. This little guy was like probably about that big when I brought him in, so he's still healthy. I just needed to grow up, but I found some spray that may fix the problem. So we're going to try that. I need to put this away. I got my pictures of my puppers and my boyfriend and I, and this super cute thing I got at Target last year that says my kids have paws, and it's in my pretty mint color. And then my giant jug of water. So I am ready for conferences today, and my goal is to keep this as neat as possible while my kids are here today. I feel so spoiled. I'm going to turn this around. So a student brought me in this mug, or tumbler actually, and I could not help but laugh because I had it in my hand at the store over the weekend, and I put it back, and of course she stuffed it with Reese's, so I poured my coffee in there. My coworker knows that I love dark chocolate, so she brought this in for me, and I will be sharing this with her because I only have 1 or 2 pieces a day. And then one of my students, so they are supposed to read a book for library, and one of my students, they're partnering up or buddying up, and one of my students asked me to read this with her. So we are reading The Miscalculations of Lightning Girl, and we're going to read 2 chapters a week, and I'm really excited. Not only that they chose me for this, but just that I get to be part of this. I love reading. I'm super stoked about that. I just sent my kids to gym, and I'm sitting here grading their narrative writing as they kind of come in. That way it's a little less to grade later. Yeah, so I'm sitting here grading them. That way it's just a little bit less to do. I can just kind of do them as they roll in. But I wanted to show you how I grade their writing, and I find it so much easier for myself and the parents, and it's just, overall, it's an easier process. So right in Google Docs, and I'm covering this because there's a student name on here, but right in Google Docs, I took our school's performance indicator, and I also took their rubric language, like verbatim, copied and pasted. So then what I do is I copy and paste this. I make a copy of the original, and I name it after the student. I type in their name, their class number, and then I go through and I highlight exactly where the student is That way there are no questions. So this kid will know exactly where they need to improve, where they're succeeding, and where there's just room for improvement. So this is the way that I do it, and I find this super, super helpful. I attach their final copy and their rough draft right to it. I staple it all together. I send it home, but I do put this into my grade book before I send it home. But like I said, like, it's just a clear and concise, very obvious thing of where they are at for their writing grades. We are about a third of the way through conferences. I am extremely tired. I want to go home and just snuggle with my dogs. I am sitting here writing thank you notes to families for all of the things that they got me for my birthday. I've gotten a ton of Reese's. I've gotten a mug. One family was kind enough to get me a gift card for $29 because I'm 29. So just making use of my time. I got all of their narrative writing graded and into the grade book, and I am just gonna write these, and then I'm gonna work on grad school until I am done. So I'm gonna go work on those things, and I'll probably talk to you guys tomorrow, because after this break I am straight out until 6:20, and I'm not vlogging for you guys at 6:20 because I want to get out of here and go home. So, well, 6:20 is when my last one starts, so call it 6:30, 6:45. So I'm gonna go. Ooh, camera almost just fell. I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning. It is Friday. It is the day after my birthday. It is the day after parent-teacher conferences. And I'm actually not as tired as I expected to be. I did drag a little bit getting out of bed this morning. Typically, if I don't go to the gym, instead of getting up at 4:30, I get up at 6. I didn't get out of bed until like 6:20 today. So moving a little bit slowly, but that's okay. Today, my kids are finishing up their writing, narrative writing. I want to work with a couple of kids more closely, just kind of fixing some math errors. And then they have a a unit test for their vocab that they've done so far. So it's just kind of a chill day here in 5th. I feel like that's been all week, because Wednesday they have band and chorus, so we don't do much. It's just kind of like an at your own pace type of day. Yesterday with the half day because of parent-teacher conferences, same thing. It was like an at your own pace kind of thing. And today is going to be the same thing. Today I am wearing a bodysuit, which I have never worn to work before. I've actually never owned one until last week. So if you don't know what a bodysuit is, it's like literally like a bathing suit. So my pants, it's like tucked into your pants. But if I have to pee, like this entire thing has to go down. Like, I'm really hoping I don't have to pee today. So needless to say, I drank that coffee yesterday that I showed you guys, and oh my God, coffee has always made me pee like crazy. I know that is TMI, but I don't know if anyone else is like that. Like, I typically use the ladies' room before work and after work, and that is it, no matter how much I drink during the day. When I drink this guy during the day, I do use it a little bit more, but I don't ever have to go. But holy guacamole, when I drink coffee, it is a completely different story. I seriously pee like on the hour, every hour. So yesterday was rough. So I'm not drinking coffee today. I also don't want to make a habit of it because it's a lot of empty calories. So I'm back to my tea, unsweetened tea, and there is that. And I'm gonna accept that I just can't drink coffee because I'm not one of those people that can drink or eat all the calories and not gain weight. So I have learned to accept that over the years. It stinks, but I've been blessed in other areas. Metabolism and weight is definitely not one of them. So today is Friday. I am so happy. It has been a very long week. Tonight I am going out with a teacher friend of mine. She teaches 5th grade in another school in our district, and we are going out to celebrate our birthdays. And I need that. I'm tired, and I worked really hard this week, so I'm just gonna reward myself with a night out and just have some fun. I will talk to you guys at some point later today. Hello. So my kids are at lunch, and we've had a really good day today. Most of them have finished up their writing. This afternoon we have a vocabulary test. Sorry, I'm using like the beam in my window to talk to you guys, because if not, there's a really bad shadow like you can see right here. But yeah, we've had a really good morning. Around 11:05, my kids go to recess at 11:25. At 11:05, it started to snow, and it was the first flakes we've seen this season. So I plan to take my kids out 5 or 10 minutes early anyway, and as soon as they saw the snow, like, they just looked at me and they're like, can we please go outside? And I just stopped. I thought for a second and I was like, let's go. Like, when they get to middle school, they can't do this kind of stuff. Like, their childhood is dwindling by the day, and that's something that really pains me. So as much as I really try to get them to be as responsible as they can, because they have to grow up and they have to mature, I also try to really protect those moments where they get to be kids. And today they were kids. I was literally like almost in tears, and I'm not a crier. I was almost in tears just watching them run around. Like, they were trying to catch snowflakes on their tongue, and they were just so genuinely happy. So I posted a picture, a whole class picture on Dojo, and the parents, even they can sense the joy. I've gotten so many comments about how happy the kids look, and it was a really nice moment. So I just had a kid walk in. Okay, so 2 of my kids know that I do YouTube, and that is it. And I just had a student walk in. He's like, are you on some secret news thing? And I'm like, no, it's for grad school. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, so it was so nice to watch them get to be kids, and I'm so glad that I get to have those moments with them, because they really just, they are so far and few between. Like, as they get older, they lose that childhood and that sense of wonder, and just it sucks. But unfortunately, I mean, it's a part of life. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna do what I can to protect it while they're in elementary school. So that was fun. But this afternoon, not so fun. They have a vocab test, and then they need to finish their writing, and then they are off to specials, and then they are gone for 3 days. So we have a 3-day weekend, and I need it. I'm hoping my boyfriend and I will get to run a water line to my fridge and some other stuff, but I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna have to talk to you guys later.